The Bible for Normal People presents Exodus for Normal People, written by Peter Enns, narrated by Peter Enns.
I dedicate this book to the memory of Rachel Held Evans, a light that left us too soon, but you already know that. May she be of blessed memory to her family and all those who miss her. Let us also pray for all who mourn, that they may cast their care on God and know the consolation of His love. The Book of Common Prayer.
Infomercial. Exodus for Normal People is a brief guide to reading, spoiler alert, the Book of Exodus and what biblical scholars tend to say about it. The book is not primarily for scholars or seminary students, though I will gladly sell them a copy if they want one. My goal is to introduce normal people to this broader conversation without getting lost in all the details. I'll understand if you're sitting there wondering, gee, am I one of those normal people? Do I fit that category? Can I still read this book? Of course you can. By normal, I mean regular, everyday people who are curious about the Bible and want to get a handle on what Exodus is about, but have the good sense not to spend a lot of cash over the next 10 years on becoming abnormal, going to seminary or graduate school and alienating themselves from 99.97% of the world's population, not to mention from their own souls. Exodus is a good book for a project like this because people are more likely to be familiar with its storyline than with, say, Numbers or 2 Kings. Exodus is the second book of the Old Testament, as Christians call it. It tells the story of how Charlton Heston answered God's call from a burning bush to deliver Israel from Yul Brynner after marrying Yvonne DiCarlo, who always seems to have perfect makeup even though she lives in the desert. Or maybe you weren't raised on Cecil B. DeMille's 1956 classic, The Ten Commandments. In 1998, DreamWorks put out an animated version, Prince of Egypt, which all my college students swear is the best retelling of the Exodus story, but they're wrong. More recently, in 2014, Ridley Scott's Exodus of Gods and Kings, starring one of the guys who play Batman, you know, the good one, what's his name, was really quite well done. It also made a huge but important creative choice by making sure not every role was cast with a white actor. Sarcastic film criticism aside, it's clear from Hollywood that the Israelites' exodus from Egypt is a story with wide and lasting appeal. In the United States, the story resonates especially with African Americans. The story of God delivering suffering enslaved people and bringing them safely into God's fold is a story experienced in the African American community on an existential level that white people cannot truly grasp. The book of Exodus tells the story of the Israelites, their deliverance from slavery in Egypt, and their encounter with God named Yahweh at Mount Sinai, also called Mount Horeb.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?